Alright, let's try that again, like... Maybe a little, like... Not stupidly. Alright. Yes, what I was thinking of was shadow weaving, I believe. I don't remember much about Naruto. So how about that Emmerich family, huh? They sure are wacky. Alright. So when he crouches down, that's when I do it. That's when you do it. That's when you do it. That's when you do it. Now he's in my rhythm. I think you can loop him. I think you can actually, like, proper loop him. Gotta keep an eye on my grip gauge, though. Yep. Yeah. It's something like that. Yep. He jumps out of the water. I go back down. Oh, he hits me with knives and my grip gauge runs out. That's not great. But he walks back over. He crouches down. I stand up. He slashes me. Tries to slash me again. We do big damage. We eat ration. We grab ration. We ponder existentialism. He shuffle away. He walk back over. He crouched down to hit us with knife. We kick him and punch him during his life. He goes down into the water again. We go down and repeat it, my friends. Oh no. Oh yeah, be careful about that though. Alright, just wait until he jumps out of the water to do it. Yep. Like that. We can take a knife hit or two. Be nicer if I upgraded my grip gauge, but I didn't. We're a scrawny weak boy, but it doesn't matter, because look, he's going to crouch down. He learns no lessons. We punch him and kick him. He goes into the water again. Look how much better this goes when you actually have a little bit of practice and you remember what to do. It's my lot in life. It's not a lot, but it's a life. I don't have a lot of life. You gonna stick around? You're gonna stick around, okay. Yep, that's cool. Alright. I mean, Vamp, I gotta tell you. You're no, well, who would you be the equivalent of in Foxhound? Psycho Mantis, maybe? Because you're, like, creepy? I guess? You're the creepy guy, right? Because there's Big Gun Girl. There's Large Boy with explosive damage. Ocelot is Ocelot. So yeah, I guess you're creepy guy, yeah? You're Mantis? You're not really Mantising. Well, you do have magical powers, so I guess that's part of it. You're spooky. You look like a sex creep. Mantis looked like a sex creep, but he actually hated sex. Did you know that, Vamp? Did you know Psycho Mantis, he was really, like, sex repulsed? And you look at someone like that and how they're dressed, and you're like, how could someone who looks like that be sex repulsed? But I guess that's the definition of irony. Anyway, speaking of irony, looks like you're the one to fall in the water. I think that's ironic. I don't know, I'm Raiden. I'm not good at narrative themes. I would simply use the coolant to freeze the water. Now that would have been pretty clever if they let you do that. Do like a little ice arrow action. Like he goes to jump in the water and you just like freeze the spot he's about to dive in. And he cartoon bonks his head on it and he goes, oh, and he's stunned for a little bit.
They've apparently completed the final check procedure for arsenal.
That would have been pretty neat.
Find Emma on the double. You've got to get her to install the virus program that the president.
Oh right,
when you find
we got a
her,
disc
take her to the
from a
computer
guy who
on
died.
level B2 in the core of Shell 1.
Okay.
Snake, did you catch all that?
I
didn't make it on time. Arsenal's going active.
Yeah, I heard. The
Hey.
hostage rescue's gonna have to wait.
I'm going
I'll
after
wait.
Emma.
I'll wait a
We'll
minute.
secure
Because
the
guess
computer
what?
room. Looks
We've
like we
got
can't
a little
stop
bit
the
more to
virus
do.
program
We've got a
without Emma.
little bit of an
Did your
area
partner
to
do it?
explore.
I would if I could, but the security for this system is no joke. I need more time.
That's why we need her.
Understood. I'll make sure you have your
All right, so
family
one
with
Emmerich nerd isn't enough. We need 2 Emmerich
A lot of
nerds.
years have passed between EE and me.
you. Then you should see her, right?
I don't have the right to see her.
We can talk about
So
this
I
later.
talked at great
Right.
length
I think
about
you'd
their
like it.
relationship
Emma's
and
in
how
the locker
freaky
room
it
to the
is.
north, right?
Would you believe that
I'm
the
on it.
digital graphic novel just skips over all of it and just completely gets rid of that plot point? And they're basically just like, oh yeah, we haven't seen each other a while. And she's like, oh yeah, it's my brother. He's kind of like fucking stupid, but he's cool, I guess. And they just skip over the entire weird, problematic subplot because as it would turn out, it's not very good. It's just not very good, man. Anyway, we got a weird hallway with an Emmerich. And you know what happens when you get a weird hallway with an Emmerich? Well, you run into a mine, for one. But more importantly, you get the Barmer. We got the Barmer. Yeah, much like MGS1 in the poison gas hallway with the electrified floor, if we went past the objective point, there would be some body armor. So now we've got that. Would have come in handy against Vamp. But, oh well. Oh well. We're up here now. I like Emma well enough, but I feel like, whoop, gotta hit this now, because if we don't, we'll never be able to get it, and we won't have the radar for, the underwater sequence, and it'll be very, very annoying. Hey, you know what? We should also save. What does Rose have to say about all this shit, huh?
Jack, do you need to save?
Rose, do you need language lessons and how to enunciate? She just said that very stiff and robotic.
Jack,
What is it?
I've always been alone.
Okay.
Huh?
I'm so lonely.
Lonely. Rose, we've always...
Not always.
What do you mean?
You've never slept beside me.
Oh, here we fucking go.
I...
After we've been together in my room, you stay awake all night.
Let's go, the worst codec in the
Is this
series.
really the time to bring this up?
Why, Jack? Why?
Listen, Rose, I'm right in the middle of a mission, and
Why? Why can't you relax when you're with me?
The mission...
Why don't you open up to me?
Yeah.
Rose, I just can't.
All I ever wanted was to share your dreams, to spend a meaningful evening with you. I just wanted to find you by my side when I woke up. Is that asking too much?
It's the night. I'm scared of the night. It's got nothing to do with you.
Scared of the night? What's that supposed
I mean,
to
he said it.
I can't relax when I'm with someone.
He doesn't like the nighttime,
Jack,
girl.
You wouldn't even let me
Here
in
we
your
go,
room.
here we go!
I need privacy.
Get hype,
I just can't be
everyone!
bothered.
Bothered?
Wrong word. What I wanted to say was that there are certain things that I have to keep to myself.
Do you remember that time I forced my way in?
Here we go, get
We've
fucking
known each
hyped.
other for almost a year, and you blew up. It was the first time you ever raised your hand.
First off,
against
fucking red flag, dump his ass. That's really
I was
bad.
so worried about
If he's
you.
being physically abusive, get the fuck out of there,
sorry.
girl. This
It wasn't
relationship
your
sucks.
violent nature that scared me. It was your room.
And this, she's already got beaten housewife syndrome. Bro, this
There wasn't
relationship
anything
sucks.
in your room. Only a bed and a small
Here we
desk.
go!
It looked like a prison cell.
Rose?
No television set. No family pictures. Not even a poster.
Rose, I only use that room for sleeping.
A lifeless room. Almost like your empty heart.
That's why I tried to keep you out.
I thought I was beginning to understand.
I don't like to mean-spiritedly laugh at things like this
Would
that
you
are
have been
trying to be
happier if I had a
sincere,
picture of
but it...
you hanging on the
And look
wall?
at that!
That's not what I was
Look at
trying
that,
to
look at
say.
this! This relationship
Enough, Rose.
sucks,
We'll
brother!
talk about this later.
This shit
After the
sucks!
Right.
It's so
After
ass!
the mission. I understand.
There's two ways to look at this. Either this writing is fucking garbage, or that's a terrible relationship, bro. It's so... Oh, it's so ass. It's so ass. It's so bad. Okay, no, we need to take a moment, because that codec is kind of infamous. And it really is. It's either they really want us to believe this relationship is real and is loving and is, again, in the director's words, Rose was written to be a realistic, believable woman. This is what, in the director of this game, whose name I will, you know who I'm talking about, he thinks that this is a realistic relationship. Realistic, maybe, but, like, bad realistic. Like, there's plenty of things that are realistic and bad. Overripened fruit, moldy cheese, a dog turd on the carpet. That's all shit that's real, but, like, I don't know, maybe it's not a... So either this dude writing the game has a really negative take on relationships, you know, and he thinks that's normal and we're supposed to be rooting for Raiden and Rose to get together. Or maybe they just have a really shitty relationship, man. Maybe this shit's ass. Anyway, check it out. There's an Emmerich in a locker. Let's just open it up. Fuck that codec call. I hate this relationship, dude. Emma's a little freak, but, like, she's alright. Aside from the fact she just pissed everywhere.
Are you alright?
Remember when I was so, like, respectful and trying to show... Look, she's also Jennifer Hale.
Raiden,
Just
I'm
like
getting you out of
Naomi.
here.
Get me out. You're lying. Where are you taking me this time?
What are you talking about? I'm here to help.
Rose sucks, man. I wish she did. I wish...
Here.
Oh, God. Here, this too. Look.
Do you have nanos?
What?
Well, do you?
I do.
Look at the frequency of this
Everybody on
happening
this
now.
project has them.
Look how often we're meeting
try.
someone, and then we say two words, and immediately... I don't think this is a meta-narrative thing. I
Can you hear
think
me
this
now?
was a budget thing.
Communication?
I think this was a scope
I have
thing.
nano machines too.
Then you're not one of them.
I
That's what
like
I've
how
been
they
trying
tried
to
to
tell you.
justify it by being like,
came
no,
to
look, I have
rescue me?
these nanomachines.
Actually, I
Like,
need your help to
that's
stop
okay,
Arsenal.
but
I
we should
understand you're the
immediately
only one who might be able
leave
to
this
do it.
conversation
And
and
who
talk
told you
face
that?
to face. There's
The
no reason to
president.
do this
Really?
unless they ran
I
out
need
of
you to
money
come
or
with me to
something.
Shell 1. Your brother's waiting for
This
you.
game really falls... Remember when I made the point early on to say how
We have
great
to
the
get
tanker
moving.
was,
This place will
and
be
how even
flooded
the first
soon.
couple things you do is Raiden, he seems alright. And I said that my tone would sour soon enough. Yeah. Yeah. This game gets worse as you go. You keep playing for the point for it to get awesome. It doesn't happen, my guy. It doesn't happen. Turn the game console off, Raiden. Cut the power. Emma herself is fine, though. Like I said, she's a little too attached to her older brother.
The kids swim.
She's kind of, like, warped that relationship in her
You can
mind.
swim. You used to
And
love
it's
it.
upsetting.
Your brother told me.
He's really here?
That's right. He's here to rescue you.
But,
I
like,
believe
aside
you.
from
He
that,
would
Emma,
never
like,
come for me.
And I'm telling you he's here, waiting for us at Shell 1.
she's not the worst.
No! He left me, my mother, when we needed him the most. When my father died, all he could think about was himself.
Emma, we can go over all that later. But first,
I
we
do
have to get out
appreciate
of
when
here.
Raiden,
No! I hate water! It's
you know,
hopeless.
if
I can't
Raiden and the
swim.
player are surrogates for each other, I do appreciate that there are times when Raiden's
You
just
can
like,
do it.
oh my god, do we have to deal with this now?
Deep
I am
down
just
inside,
trying
you
to
know you can
blow up the
swim.
Metal
I
Gear.
can't keep my
I am
eyes
trying
open
to
in
rescue the
water.
hostages.
Endless blue.
And all of this shit just
water
keeps
It
happening
won't
to
let
me.
go.
And
Right. Then close your eyes. I'll guide you.
I am so done. Hey, by the way,
Injected with something. My
speaking of
legs.
which,
I had trouble moving them.
speaking of
Listen,
which,
Emma, just
oh
hold your
look,
breath.
hey,
I'll do the
look,
rest.
just like Otacon, he kind of like
First we'll have
sprained
to
his
go through
ankle,
chamber
so he couldn't
2,
get around
then
too
we'll
well.
take a
Now
break.
Emma's got things injected in
And
her
all I
legs.
have to do is
The rest of this game now is an escort mission.
How long?
Just a little while.
Are you sure?
Of course I'm sure. That's how I got here.
We're gonna have Emma in
I'm
tow
not good at holding my breath.
until the very last 5 minutes of gameplay, which is about, like, I don't know, like the last 3 hours of the game?
Don't think about anything else. When you reach 100, open your eyes. By that time, we'll be on the other side. Give me a signal if you think you're running out of breath.
What will you do then?
I'll swim faster.
This is kind of fucked up too, because, like, also, I'm sorry, why do Raiden and Emma have better chemistry than Raiden and
Okay,
Rose?
let's go.
I'm closing my eyes.
He's
Take
actually,
some deep
like,
breaths.
considerate about Emma? Like, we just got that call where it's like, Raiden, why don't you look at me during? I know you slap me around all the time, but I love you. And it's like, ew,
Let me
gross.
take off my glasses.
But here he's like,
You know, you should wear contacts.
well, aside from
There's
that, that's a
nothing wrong
little...
with my eyes.
First off,
I wear them for
objectively
show.
incorrect. Girls with
Trying to be
glasses
different
are
from the
top
other
tier.
girls?
Second off,
No,
come
it's
on.
not like that. I like glasses. And there's this guy I liked who used to wear them.
Oh, a guy you
Your
liked,
first
huh?
boyfriend?
No,
No.
somebody more important.
More who could that
I
be?
see.
Emma, you're such a little freak.
Okay, let's go.
I really wish you had appeared in this series longer than you could have. Or, I wish you appeared in this series longer than you did, so you could have, like, I don't know, reformed. Maybe you realized that, you know, you're a little freak and you need some, like, therapy, probably. Maybe someone could, like, I don't know, introduce you to some, like, other guys, maybe around your age. I just crashed into that bomb. I totally crashed into that bomb. Did I go in a loop? No, I didn't. I went the right way. Okay. Anyway, yeah, Emma herself, she's not, like, awful. Oh. The game treats her awfully. Because, yeah, she doesn't get to resolve anything. Unfortunate. But it's kind of weird. Why is Raiden so, like, supportive and caring of her when we just got that shit with Rose? Like, what the fuck is going on? What does the game want me to think?
You did good.
Maybe
I
Raiden
concentrated
and
on
Rose
your
should have broken
heartbeat.
up. You know, maybe Emma
It reminded
and
me of when I
Raiden
was
should
a
get
kid.
together. And, I mean, I actually don't know how old Emma is. I think she's, like, in her 20s and Raiden's, like, early 30s. Can't quite remember. I don't know. Maybe there's solutions to these problems that the game never
I was
gets
sleeping with my
into.
ear against his back. I could hear his heartbeat.
Sounds
You
like
know-
you were close.
We were, back then. We were stepchildren in our parents' second marriages.
See,
Wherever my brother went, I used to tag along.
wait.
My brother didn't have any close friends, so he used to take care of me. We both wanted to be loved so much. So much that we used to pretend.
Did they change that?
Pretend?
Yeah, we used
Hold
to
on,
play
wait. Did they
house.
actually change
My
that
brother was
line?
the husband and I was the wife.
Oh, just pretend. Just pretend,
But
of course.
It was always just make believe. We were only kids. You know what I mean?
I never had a family.
There
I
is a
think I
line that
should.
says they're half siblings. But that's the second time they said. Did they change that? There's no way.
What's your status?
What's real anymore? What's the
I've got Emma
simulation?
Emmerich
Oh,
here.
God.
We've managed to avoid drowning.
Good job. Get her over to Shell 1 as soon as you
What
can.
if Raiden's just a
It's
chill,
going to be
normal
hard
guy?
with the
We know this is
connecting bridge
false.
on the
And
upper
he's just
level
really sick of
destroyed.
Rose, and
Didn't
she's in
Oak say
denial.
something about taking the oil fence at the bottom of Strut
Yeah, we've
L?
managed to avoid
Yeah,
drowning
I
is a
remember that.
famous
You
line.
should be able
It's
to
just
go
so
down by
goofy.
way of Strut L. Try and get over there.
What about Emma? She's been injected with
I
something
know
and
that's
she
not a
can't
Mandela
walk without
effect,
any
though. I
help.
know there's a...
Take her with you. Free your hands of any equipment and hold down the action button to give her a hand. to release your grip on her.
I know
Take
there's a
your
point
finger
where
off
they
the
say they're
action
half
button.
siblings.
Emma can sit and wait until
But-
you help her back up. And be careful. You won't be able to use any weapons while you're leading her. Now head for strut L.
We're on our way.
I'm gonna have to research that now. I'm gonna have to research
Right.
that.
We've infiltrated the computer room. What's
We
your
found the
situation?
computer room.
Emma's
Vector the
safe.
crocodiles.
We're
here.
heading your way.
Good job.
Shell 1's deserted. Looks like everybody's aboard Arsenal.
I had a look at the system, but there's nothing I can do. EE's our only hope.
Right. I'll put her on then.
Huh? EE? What? How?
I'll use my Kodak as a relay. Here she is.
So awkward. Colonel, I know how to hold hands with a girl despite what Rose says.
EE, is that you?
Hal,
EE. Why are you involved with Metal Gear?
huh?
You knew our family's dark history and still got involved? What's wrong with you?
I should have known.
Answer me. Why
That's
are you
interesting
because
because obviously Phantom Pain
I
and
wanted
Peace
to hurt
Walker
you.
hadn't
I
been
wanted to see you suffer.
written, and I know
You
he's more
abandoned
talking
me.
about the
No, that's
Manhattan
not what
Project that his
All right,
grandfather was a
that's
part of and
enough.
everything. But it's still kind of weird because it
I'm a friend
almost
of Otto's,
implies for a
Emma.
second there
Con,
Enough with the sibling rivalry.
that, like, I
That's
love
not
that
what
Snake's
this
just
is.
we haven't
shut
got
the
time
fuck
for this.
up.
Raiden,
There is
get
no
her
time
over
for
here
this
right
fucking
now.
plot point.
I
But yeah, it's interesting because
Gotcha,
with
Snake.
context
I'll head
there,
over
it's
there
like,
with Emma.
wait, does she know
Most of
about
the enemy's
Huey?
aboard
Like,
Arsenal, but I suggest you
actually,
be careful.
which is impossible
Make sure
because the
Emma
game
gets here in one
hadn't been
piece.
written yet.
Right?
But
Take care of my sister.
Don't worry.
with this,
I'll get
with
her
the
there.
step sibling line, I swear the original said that they were half siblings, and I know that for a fact. And I can't remember if the game, Yep, Claymore Mines. I don't know if the game wants that to be a reveal later on, or if they actually went back and changed the line. Wouldn't be the first time they changed the line. But I'm wondering if they actually did make that omission. I'm gonna have to. I have the old HD collection. I have the PS2 version still. And of course, there's all the magic of the digital age to preserve the past with. But I honestly, I can't remember if it's meant to be a revelation or not, that they're half-siblings. Maybe it is. Maybe I've been spoiling it the whole time. Who knows? Man, who knows? Even Snake's tired of this plot point. The digital graphic novel glanced over it.
Emma, Snake and Hal are waiting for us in Shell 1's computer room.
Okay, I guess.
I've got this disk that the president gave me. This disk is supposed to contain a virus that can corrupt
Oh, yeah,
Arsenal
plot.
Gear's operating
Hey.
system. We need you to...
This is my program.
What?
Why did the president give it to you? Did something happen to the president?
Cowboy shot him.
President.
Yeah, that wasn't
dead.
long enough ago that we need a flashback. It really wasn't.
Actually wrote this virus?
It's not really a virus. It's more like a worm cluster. It's actually a delayed effect autonomous program that's designed to invade GW's cerebrum and render its nerve connections useless.
You know what GW is?
Of course. I created it.
Huh?
You look surprised.
Well,
Cat got your tongue?
I'm sorry.
Oh, she's sassy.
How about the Patriots? Ever heard of them?
Yes, but I only know what I've been told.
Tell me what you know.
Sure, but it's hard to put into words.
Right.
Without spoiling everything. Oh,
Are you reading me, Emma?
Yes.
why are we
loud
doing
and
this
clear.
again?
The president said that Arsenal Gear was the Patriots' key to supremacy.
Why did we have
That's as good a description as any.
What exactly is it?
a
It's a
flashback
massive
and now
data
we have a
processing
Kodak
system
sequence?
capable
Did you
of
run out of
controlling
time?
information on a global scale.
A data processing
Oh, I'm so mean to
system?
this game. I
That's
like it, I
The system's
swear.
a social device for maintaining the Patriots' control.
You've lost me.
Well, in this day and age, information emerges from every direction and is freely distributed.
Yep, so we need to make a big machine that creates context for you that amounts to, like, nothing whatsoever other than just any topic, any trending topic that happens. The context machine just says, Sparks debate, you know, like Local Man plays Metal Gear Solid 2 and has some not-so-complimentary comments about it. And debate is sparked about the quality of Metal Gear Solid 2.
Yeah, I know a little about
That's what the machine does. We talk about things on Twitter because everything this game predicted has come to pass. So the robot that creates context is already there, you know?
Up until now, the Patriots have managed to keep a lid on these and other self-serving events. But with their existing data processing system, they're no longer able to effectively control the flow of information generated at the individual level. With the newly created
See, it's like dead internet theory, but it's like stupid internet theory, so the government makes a robot to tell you what to think.
Clearance levels and deleted as necessary, never to be seen by the public. By deleting such information, the Patriots can shape the course of history.
Which was, again, like an interesting plot point at, like, the dawn of the internet age, but now it's just kind of laughable.
Extremely limited.
Because, like I said, yeah, nowadays we do have a little thing on Twitter that tries to create context for us. But our AIs are not like advanced cerebrum, worm cluster, neural, whatever fucking... It's just like a really shitty generative thing that just tells you, you know, Metal Gear Solid 2 sparks debate. Konami continues to exist, sparks debate. Hideo Kojima breathed, sparks debate. Debates spark debate. They all the same shit, man. And also, it was way off the mark, because guess what? The other thing that the real AIs do on our real internet, in the real modern age, is instead of saying there's too much information gumming up the works, they made the AI machine that generates a bunch of bullshit that gums up the works even farther. So not only did this game not predict the future, it actually got something completely wrong, because the AIs that control everything, registered trademark, are doing the exact opposite of what this game said.
The actual physical core for him.
So, you know, maybe this game's a little silly. Oh no, I'm getting rated with a party of 10 while I'm saying that this game's a little silly. But I do still like it. Thank you for the raid, Anti-Big Boss. We're talking about how some of the things in this game aged pretty great, other things aged pretty silly. And here's Emma. Hold hands with her. This game is a little silly. It's very fun. I like the mechanics. I love the graphics. I love the characters. The overall story's pretty good, but then we start talking about this AI thing, and I don't know, I think it's kind of funny in the modern scope, because instead of an AI that cuts down on the garbage and creates context, it's really bad at creating context, and the AIs make more garbage. So, swing and a miss. Swing and a miss.
GW is only the system's core.
But, thank you for the raid. Eventually we're gonna get out of this codec call, and we'll be able to continue with the gameplay.
What?
Yeah. Oh, you were playing this with a... Oh, there's a randomizer for this? Is that, Hey, look, we're going to talk about Y2K.
If you recall, our government supplied
is that...
the world with a countermeasure program using the internet...
With the Master Collection, or is that, alternative methods? Because I'd be interested in checking that out. Okay, Master Collection on PC. Okay. That's awesome. I didn't know there was something like that. I'll have to check it out at some point. I'm playing on the PS4 right now.
The Y2K countermeasure contained a program.
But yeah, I've played this game a ton. You wouldn't know it by all the alerts and
Impossible.
a couple of the deaths I got, but that sounds really awesome, yeah. No, thank you for that, genuinely. That's really, really, really cool. I'll have to check out, I'll have to check that out.
Probably. But the overall system isn't actually complete.
Oh yeah, by the way, I rambled over that. So according to the plot of this game, Y2K and all those engineers that did their best to make sure that the Y2K
Emma, it's
bug
not your
wasn't
fault.
a real
If it
thing
wasn't for the
and didn't
terrorists-
affect anything. And a lot of people in real life think that Y2K
that's
was
about all I
nothing.
know.
No, that's not true. A lot of like
Thanks.
IT guys
think we
just
better head for the
made it
computer
so
room.
it didn't fuck everything over.
My
So
bird
shout
in the
outs to
computer
them
room.
from
Is
like
he
a quarter
safe?
of a century ago. Oh yeah, the noisy overgrown parakeet.
Excuse me,
According to this
Eric.
game,
And he's my best
Y2K,
friend.
you know, they just sent out like a patch to all of the computers that installed patriots.exe onto
know
it.
that in the old days
So
in
if
mine, I
you
used to
look
take a
for
canary into a mine shaft
like
to detect toxic
pictures of
gas.
Solid Snake's ass
That's what he's
on Wikipedia,
No.
it's not gonna let you. That's a
Someone
cute
to
bird.
talk to.
I do like the bird. I wish the bird showed
I think
up
we
more
better
too.
get moving.
Yeah, I was gonna say we'll
We
see
got a
that
little
bird in
more
the
to
future
cover than
past.
last time.
I'll give it my best.
Whatever you
Oh,
do,
nice.
don't
Thank you
open
for
your
the
eyes.
link to that. Yeah, I'm
Dead
definitely going to
body,
check that
not
out. I haven't picked up the
Oh,
Master
Once we get
Collection
past it,
on
it'll be too
Steam
dark to see
yet, but I definitely want to at some point. I'm going to pick it up sooner than later now that I know about the
What
randomizer.
are
That
those
sounds
sticks in
awesome.
your head?
Oh, God, I forgot he says that.
they're lacquered chopsticks. They hold your hair in place.
What are those sticks in
Did
your
you know that
head?
they're pretty popular in Europe and South America?
Can't say that I do. You're not only cute, but smart too.
Oh, I'm much more than cute.
It's like I said, it's so weird. Because we
Okay,
just got the
let's go.
codec call where Rose is like, Raiden, Jack, why don't you look at me during? There were no posters on your wall. Your room is as cold as your heart. And now we're like sassing it up with Emma. I don't know. They have better chemistry. It's weird. Not just me, right? It's kind of weird.